Props and Locks on Fox 10 is brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. Make every moment more.
Hey everyone, welcome into Props and Locks, brought to you by FanDuel. I'm Sierra Santos. If you are joining us for the first time, we are your weekly go-to show for sports betting. And if you're a return customer, hey, thanks for coming back. This is what's on tap for today. We are running through the best props for Thursday Night Football, all the picks for primetime, and we will hit the undefeated Arizona Cardinals very hard. But let's bring in our betting bestie, Ben Stevens, host of the Morning After on Sports Grid, a.k.a. Big Ten Ben. Although, Ben, we might have to change your nickname. You haven't had any Big Ten locks for a minute, my guy.
Well, just you wait for later in this program when I give you a Big Ten lock for a Big Ten over-under total of 40.5 for Wisconsin and Purdue and West Lafayette on Saturday.
Okay, don't give it all away just yet. Ben, the Cardinals somehow managed to beat a COVID outbreak and Cleveland. This week, they host the one-win Houston, Texas, where the spread is the size of the state of Texas, 17.5 points.
17.5, not for a college football game, but for an NFL game. This is a huge number for the Arizona Cardinals. Of course, the last remaining unbeaten team. Also 5-1 against the number, Sierra, covering by nearly 13 points per game are the Arizona Cardinals right now. Houston has been an underdog every single game this season, an average spread of more than double digits, 10.5 points as the underdog this year. Arizona also has a really good average scoring margin in the NFL, the second best only behind Buffalo. Is it crazy to think that the Cards might be able to cover a 17.5 point spread? Maybe call me crazy then, because I think it happens on Sunday.
Well, J.J. Watt and DeAndre Hopkins going up against the team that drafted them for the very first time. So I guess if you like low risk, the minus 1,400 on the money line might be appealing to all you conservative folks out there. But let's go primetime. Sunday Night Football. The Colts take a trip to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. Niners head coach Kyle Shanahan says he's pretty optimistic about the return of Jimmy Garoppolo. How much will Jimmy G's return affect where you're laying your money?
Well, I think having the Niners off the bye week, a renewed focus for this 2-3 football team straight up, going up against a 2-4 football team in the Indianapolis Colts. I think it's safe to say this is the best matchup of 2-win teams in the entire NFL. But I look at the Colts here, 4-2 against the number. They have been very, very competitive, especially here as of late. San Francisco just 1-4 against the spread, and they've been favored in 4 of their 5 games so far. I lean Indy on Sunday night.
Monday Night Football, this doesn't happen too often. The Seahawks are 4.5 point underdogs at home, hosting the Saints. Russell Wilson's still out.
Primetime game for the Seattle Seahawks. You mentioned they're not an underdog often, only 3 times this year, 2-1 against the spread when they are the underdog. As my dad always used to say, Sierra, my first betting knowledge, hometown dog on a Monday night, yeah, take the Seahawks.
Love it. All right, we are edging closer and closer to kickoff. Next up, we get you all set for Thursday Night Football after a quick timeout.
Welcome back to Props and Locks, brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook.
Welcome back into Props and Locks. I'm Sierra Santos. Every week we get you set for Thursday Night Football on Fox 10. The Broncos visit the Browns in Cleveland tonight. No Baker Mayfield, no Nick Chubb, no Kareem Hunt, but we still got star power right here with our betting expert, Ben Stevens. You look at all the aforementioned injuries. You see the Browns are giving 1.5 to the Broncos, but let's keep it real, though. This line has been a free fall all throughout the week.
It has been moving like crazy, all because of the banged-up Browns. When you mentioned star power, I thought you were talking about the starter tonight in Case Keenum for Cleveland. This line opened up in Cleveland's favor by 5.5 points. The over-under total opened at 44, now down to 40 in the hook, the smallest number in the entire Week 7 slate. We're still taking the home team, though, at the dog pound. All that movement, beware. I'm still back in the Cleveland Browns.
People love the props, and this one you're loving up. Cortland Sutton over on receptions. Why?
Because his total receptions has plus money to the over. That number is at 5.5. He is the most targeted receiver on the Denver Broncos. 53 targets this year for Cortland Sutton. Teddy Bridgewater loves that connection. He has gone over this number in 3 of 6 games so far for Denver. Every game he has had double-digit targets. He has gone over this total receptions prop. Give me that plus money. I'll focus on that.
How about Case Keenum over under on completions?
Listen, Case Keenum's an NFL starter. Although this is a new situation in Cleveland, he has that relationship with his head coach, Kevin Stefanski, who was his offensive coordinator in Minnesota. Yes, he can go over completions. Maybe passing attempts is a better area to look.
All right, the show is called Props and Locks. In our final segment, Big Ten Ben gives us the best locks for the weekend.
Welcome back to Props and Locks, brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook.
We gave you the props. Now it's time for the locks. Let's bring back Ben for a little segment we like to call Big Ten Ben's Best Bets of the Week. Chiefs have found themselves at the bottom of the AFC West, but you're expecting some harmony in the Music City. You like Kansas City team total over the Titans.
Sierra, not only do I think the Chiefs reestablish themselves as a frontrunner in the AFC overall in a huge AFC game against the Tennessee Titans, I'll make this handicap very simple for the Chiefs team total over of 31 points. Two top 10 scoring offenses, two bottom 10 scoring defenses. Both teams have played 4 of the 6 games so far this year to the over. I think the Chiefs score a lot in the Music City on Sunday, going over their team total of 31.
Ben, this is your wheelhouse, the Big Ten, and I'm so pleased that you're getting back to your roots. Wisconsin, Purdue, under 40.5. I'm assuming you're anticipating some airtight defenses.
Points will be at a premium in West Lafayette on Saturday. And over under 40.5, it is a Big Ten marvel. There are 130 FBS college football teams. Purdue is the only one that has a no overs so far this year. Every game has been played to the under for the Purdue Boilermakers. Wisconsin, also one of the best defenses in the country. Purdue, the 3rd best scoring defense. We are going under in West Lafayette on Saturday.
See, this is the kind of information that people at home need, and we got to give a little love to the Pac-12. You are calling for, dare I say, an upset? You like the Bruins, 1.5 over number 10 Oregon at the Rose Bowl.
Why is the number 10 team in the country going up against an unranked team, an underdog, even on the road? Listen, the bookmakers know more than both of us, Sierra, and for that reason, we are backing UCLA. Also, Oregon, just 1-5 against the number this year. Their only cover was as an underdog against Ohio State. UCLA, meanwhile, 5-2 against the spread. They make it 6-2 on Saturday at the Rose Bowl. They beat Oregon outright.
This is where you can find us right before Thursday Night Football. Each and every week, we're back with a new Props and Locks next Thursday at 4:15. As always, check your FanDuel app for the latest lines. Until next week, take it easy.